GBU Life is proud to sponsor KDKA's Katie Quiz this season. It's incredible to see Western Pennsylvania's brightest students and future leaders compete. At GBU Life, we sell life insurance and annuities to protect your family's future. Good luck, everyone, and have a great game.
Welcome to another exciting edition of High School Quiz Bowl competition as we continue this 26th season of Katie Quiz, brought to you by GBU Life. I'm Ray Petlin, and I have the honor of asking questions to three very bright teams competing today. We have schools from Connellsville High School, Kiski School, and Riverview High School all competing today to see who moves on to the playoffs later on this season. And we're going to start everyone off with 100 points on the board. All the rest of the points are going to have to be earned, and we're going to start earning those points right away in a round we call Player's Choice. We have 5 picture-based questions from 3 different categories for each team. And what we're going to do is offer 25 points for a correct answer, no deductions for incorrect answers in this round. Randomly selected to participate first is the Kiski School. And Kiski, the 3 categories we have today are science, geography, and mythology. Which of those categories would you like?
We'll take science.
Science it is, and Kiski School, here is your first question. Blood is discharged into the pulmonary artery and aorta by what chambers of the heart which receive blood from the atria?
The ventricle.
The ventricles is correct. Athletes may have injuries to the MCL and ACL. What structures connect bone to bone?
Ligaments.
Ligaments is correct. What is the largest living mammal?
Blue whale.
Blue whale is correct. Name the 5th planet from the sun and the largest in the solar system.
Jupiter.
Jupiter is correct. And which is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature?
Mercury.
Mercury. You just swept through the first round in the science category. And Kiski School, that means you so far have a perfect 225 points on the board. Very nicely done. Next up is our team from Riverview High School. And Riverview, the 2 leftover categories we have for you are geography and mythology. Which of those categories would you like?
Geography.
Geography it is. In Riverview, here is your first question. Name the 2nd longest river in the United States from its traditional source of Lake Itasca in northern Minnesota. It flows generally south for 2,340 miles to the Gulf of Mexico.
The Mississippi.
Mississippi is right. What is Africa's warm weather desert roughly equal in size to the contiguous United States?
That's Sahara.
That is correct. In which U.S. state is the Grand Canyon located?
Arizona.
That's right. What is the largest U.S. state by land area?
Alaska.
That's it. And what is the highest navigable lake in the world located in the Altiplano of the Andes between Bolivia and Peru and the largest in South America?
Lake Isco.
Great answer, but we were looking for Lake Titicaca. You still went 4 out of 5 in that round and have a very nice 200 points on the board. Nice job, Riverview. Connellsville, you are up next. And the final category we have left over is mythology. And Riverview, this is going to be your first question. In ancient Greek and Roman mythology, the underworld, or what, was where souls of the dead resided?
The Inferno.
The Inferno, a great answer, but we were looking for Hades on that one. Zeus was angry at who for stealing fire for man?
Hermes.
Good guess again, but Prometheus was what we were looking for on that one. In Norse mythology, who is the god of both war and death?
Kratos.
Odin was what we were looking for on that one. For what is Perseus most famous?
Killing Medusa.
That is correct. One goddess representing this phenomena was the wife of Zephyrus and a messenger for the gods. Name the phenomena represented by Iris in Greek mythology. You have an answer?
No.
No. Rainbows was what we were looking for. Mythology is a really tough category. You still were able to get 125 points to start off the day, and there's plenty more points up for grabs as we head our way to the Katie Quiz Knowledge Check coming up next.
KD Quiz is brought to you by GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community support since 1892.
Welcome back to Katie Quiz, brought to you by GBU Life. It is now time for the Katie Quiz Knowledge Check. In this round, we have 4 picture-based questions for each team. 20 points is awarded for a correct answer. We deduct 20 points for any incorrect answers or for any passes in this round. Up first will be our team from the Kiski School, but before we get to your questions, we want to meet you.
My name is Francisco Aguilera. People call me Baco. I'm from Mexico, and I'm a senior in the Kiski School.
Hi, my name is Charlie Boone. I'm from Canada. I'm also a senior.
And I'm Sharia Gulati. I'm also a senior. I'm from Pittsburgh, PA. And this is Mr. O. He's the longest serving teacher here at Kiski. This is his 47th year. And he's also the Spanish teacher and chess club coach here at Kiski.
Kiski School, it is great to always have you here on the show. And here we go with your Katie Quiz Knowledge Check. What empire lost the siege of Constantinople to the Ottomans?
Roman Empire.
The Byzantine Empire was what we were looking for on that one. This 1925 novel is set in the Jazz Age on Long Island. What F. Scott Fitzgerald novel depicts first-person narrator Nick Carraway's interactions with a mysterious millionaire?
Great Gatsby.
That is correct. One example of this type of element is the lustrous antimony. And another element in this group is found in semiconductors. What elements have properties in between those of metals and nonmetals?
Metalloids.
Metalloids or semimetals would have also been accepted. Nice job there. And what rhythm instrument typically includes toms, cymbals, and a snare?
Drums.
Drum is correct. You went 3 out of 4 in that round. That means you added 40 points to your score, and that takes you up to 265. Nice job, Kiski School. Up next is our team from Riverview High School. And Riverview, before we get to your knowledge check, we want to meet you too.
Hi, my name is Rocco. I'm a junior at Riverview. I'm a member of the Katie Quiz team, a member of the Model UN team. I'm president of French Club, and I'm also treasurer of Key Club.
Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm a junior at Riverview High School. I am the vice president of the French Club, the vice president of Key Club. I'm a part of the academic game team, the Model UN team, and a part of the Katie Quiz team.
Hi, I'm Tatum, junior here at Riverview. I do Katie Quiz, I do academic games, and I also recently joined Model UN. And this is Dr. McNally. He's a great teacher here. Always my favorite.
Riverview, it is always great to have you here on the show as well. Now let's put you to the test in the knowledge check with this first question. This ruler began the War of Devolution after invading the Spanish Netherlands and later revoked the Edict of Nantes. What French absolutist ruler was known as the Sun King?
Louis XIV?
Louis XIV is correct. Very nicely done. One of this play's characters asks if human beings ever realize life while they live it. The stage manager narrates what play about the lives of George Gibb and Emily Webb, written by Thornton Wilder?
Oklahoma?
Our Town was what we were looking for on that one. What compound whose systematic name would be methanol has the chemical formula CH2O and is commonly used as a strong-smelling preservative agent for biological specimens?
Carbonate.
We were looking for formaldehyde on that one. Finally, in this round, one instrument provides a bedrock for jazz by walking in a steady rhythm to different chord roots and is pitched lower than a cello in a standard orchestra.
Bass.
The bass is right. You got 2 right, you got 2 wrong. That means your score remains the same at 200 points, but things are still very close. Nice job, Riverview. Finally up, we have our team from Connellsville High School. And Connellsville, of course, before we get to your knowledge check, we want to meet you too.
Hi, my name is Sam Kazan. I'm a senior at Connellsville High School.
My name is Benjamin Metzger. I'm also a senior at Connellsville High School.
I'm Emma Nicholson. I'm also a senior. And this is our gifted sponsor, Dr. Guess, and he also sponsors our other trips and competitions.
Connellsville, it's always great to see you here on Katie Quiz as well. And here we go with your knowledge check with this first question. This conflict included the German Condor Legion, who supported the nationalists against the Republicans. Name this conflict that led to Francisco Franco seizing power.
Spanish Civil War.
Spanish Civil War is correct. This poet wrote about a Massachusetts silversmith traveling through villages like Medford and Concord after seeing a signal from the Old North Church. Name this American poet of Paul Revere's Ride.
We'll pass.
That is Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Distillation only purifies this molecule to 96% because of its azeotrope that it forms with water. Via fermentation, yeast produce what molecule? The simplest alcohol.
Ethanol.
Ethanol is correct. And finally, what single reed woodwind instrument was played by John Coltrane and Charlie Parker?
Saxophone.
Saxophone is correct. You went 3 out of 4 in that round. That means you added 40 points to your score, and that takes you up to 165 points. Very nicely done, Connellsville Area High School. What we're going to do now is we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're speeding things up in the Katie Quiz Speed Round. That's next. Welcome back to Katie Quiz, brought to you by GBU Life. It's now time to speed things up in the Katie Quiz Speed Round. In this round, we have 10 questions prepared for each team, and each team only has 60 seconds to answer as many of them as they can. 10 points is awarded for a correct answer. There are no deductions in this round for incorrect answers, and all 3 teams are going to be competing in the same category, and that category is World Capital Cities. Up first is our team from Kiski School. And we are going to start your 60-second clock in 3, 2, 1. Austria.
New Zealand.
No. Sweden.
State.
Stockholm.
Bahamas.
Nassau.
Iran.
Pass.
France.
Paris.
Denmark.
Copenhagen.
Chile.
Santiago.
Kenya.
Pass.
Nairobi.
Nepal.
Pass.
Oman.
Pass.
And that is all the questions we have for you in that round. You went 5 for 10. That means you added 50 points to your score, and that takes you up to 315 points. Nice job, Kiski School. Up next is Riverview High School. And Riverview, same categories, World Capital Cities. And your 60-second clock begins in 3, 2, 1. Cuba.
Havana.
Finland.
Helsinki.
Russia.
Moscow.
New Zealand.
Wellington.
Colombia.
Pass.
Peru.
Lima.
Rwanda.
Kigali.
South Korea.
Seoul.
Vietnam.
Hanoi.
Switzerland.
Zurich.
No. And that was all the questions we had for you. That means you went 8 for 10 in that round. That adds 80 points to your score and takes you up to 280 points, keeping things nice and close. Nice job, Riverview. Next up is Connellsville High School. In Connellsville, we are going to start your 60-second clock in 3, 2, 1. England.
London.
Greece.
Athens.
Mexico.
Mexico City.
Haiti.
Pass.
China.
Beijing.
Belgium.
Brussels.
Scotland.
Edinburgh.
Belarus.
Pass.
Jordan.
Pass.
Amman. I'm sorry, Libya.
Pass.
Pass. And that's all the questions we have for you. You did add 60 points to your score by getting 6 correct in that round, and that takes your score up to 225 points. Nice job, Connellsville. Now, we never want to slow it down after the Katie Quiz Speed Round, so let's jump right into math time. In this round, we have 2 math-based questions for each team. We award 20 points for a correct answer. We deduct 20 points for incorrect answers in this round. Kiski School, you are up first, and here is your first math time question. What is the name of the mathematical property shown?
Associative property.
The associative property of addition is correct. Nicely done. And here is your next question. If you choose a card at random from among the ones shown, what is the probability not greater than 3? Give your answer as a fraction.
4/5.
Actually, 3/5 was the answer we were looking for on that one. So you got one right, you got one wrong, and that means your score remains the same at still a very nice 315 points. Next up is our team from Riverview High School. Here is your first math time question. Evaluate this expression.
Two.
Oh, 10,100 was what we were looking for on that one. Here's your next question. What is the sum of the interior angles of any hexagon?
540.
Actually, 720 was what we were looking for on that one. We had to drop some points off your score. You are now down to 240 points, but this is still a very close game and anyone's game as we head into the final round. But we have one more trip through math time, and that's for Connellsville High School. And here is your first math time question. Solve this equation for x.
5.
5 is correct. Very nicely done. And here is your second math time question. Complete the square for the quadratic expression shown.
19.
100 was what we were looking for. So you also got one correct and one wrong. That means your score stays the same at 225 points. And this is a close one because we have some major points up for grabs in our final round, a round we call More or Less, and that's coming up next.
KD Quiz is brought to you by GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community support since 1892.
Welcome back to Katie Quiz, brought to you by GBU Life. Little housekeeping in the previous math time round. The Kiski School answered 4/5 for that probability math question. That was correct. The answer given to me was incorrect on the paper. So they actually get the points for that one. That means their score at the moment is now 355 points, and they are in the lead. Second place, we have 240 points, and that's Riverview High School, 225 for Connellsville High School. But there are some major points here up for grabs as we are now going into the More or Less round. In this round, we have 2 sets of clues for each team. If you give us the answer for what we're looking for after the first clue, you get 30 points. If you get it wrong after the first clue, you lose 30 points. You can take a second clue that takes the points value to 20. A third clue takes the points value to 10. So 10 points if you get it right, 10 points if you fail to answer or get it wrong. Now, an incentive this year to go for the first clue. If you can answer both questions after the first clue or at their 30-point value, we will give you an extra 25-point bonus. So something to think about here if you want to take that chance. Up first will be our team from the Kiski School. And your first more or less clue is this. We're looking for one of the 7 wonders of the world. Its symmetry is complemented by 2 identical red brick structures that flank it, a mosque and the other is an assembly hall. What are we looking for 30 points, or would you like to take a second clue for 20?
Second.
Taj Mahal. We can go for
We
the
said
second.
second clue.
We'll go for the second clue.
The second clue, what is this domed building completed in 1643, totally covered in white marble?
The Taj Mahal.
Taj Mahal, you just added 20 points to your score. Very nicely done. Here is your next question or next clue. Mario Minetti may have been the model for this portrait of a Roman god in which he sits next to a bursting pomegranate while holding the black tie of his white robe. Which Roman god are we looking for 30 points, or would you like to take a second clue for 20?
We'll take the second clue.
This god is depicted as anemic in a self-portrait titled for him being young and sick. Would you like to answer for 20 points or take the third clue for 10?
We'll take the third clue.
Third and final clue. What Roman god portrayed by Caravaggio with vines and grapes in his hair is the Roman equivalent of Dionysus?
The Bacchus.
Bacchus is correct. You got 20 on the first one, 10 on the second one. And that means 30 points is added to your score, taking you to 385. Very nice job today, Kiski School. Next up, we have our team from Riverview High School in Riverview. Here is your first clue. The acceleration named for this word equals angular velocity squared times the radius. What word are we looking for 30 points, or would you like to take a second clue for 20?
Next clue.
Next clue. This force named for this word has strength equal to mass times velocity squared over radius. In circular motion, the 2 components of acceleration are tangential and this type of acceleration. Would you like to answer for 20 or take a third clue for 10?
Next clue.
The third clue for 10 points. What term describes a force pointing inward to a circle's radius? It's contrasted with centrifugal.
Jerk.
We were looking for centripetal force. So we have to knock 10 points off there. Here's your next set of clues. The 30-point clue here. The chairman of the committee that drafted this document was John Dickinson. Would you like to answer what this document is for 30 points, or would you like to take a second clue for 20?
The Articles of Confederation.
Very nicely done. That is correct. You got 30 on the second question. You lost 10 on the first, so that means you have a net of 20 points, and that means you finished the day with 260. Nice job today, Riverview High School. In Connellsville, you are up next. Here is your first clue. This novel's protagonist's books are burned by a barber and a priest who later blame it on a wizard. Would you like to answer for 30 points, or would you like to take a second clue for 20?
Second clue, please.
Second clue. The horse Rocinante is owned by this novel's protagonist, whose love for Dulcinea leads him to recruit the squire Sancho Panza on his journey. Would you like to answer for 20 points or take a third clue for 10?
Third clue, please.
Third clue. A windmill fighting character titles what novel by Miguel de Cervantes? We were looking for Don Quixote on that one. So we had to knock 10 points off your score, but you still have this question here. This country in Africa's population originating from Sumatra makes it the westernmost location of the Austronesians. Would you like to answer for 30 points or take a second clue for 20?
second clue, please.
This country, home to the largest population of lemurs, also contains the avenue of baobabs.
Madagascar.
Madagascar is correct. You lost 10 on the first one. You gained 20 points on the second score. That means you netted 10 points, and that takes you up to 235 for the day. Very nice job today, Connellsville High School. But when all was said and done, it looks like Kiski School with 385 points will be moving on to the playoffs. So we will see you later on this season. Good luck to everyone on the rest of the school year. And join us again next time as we have another exciting edition of competition here on Katie Quiz, brought to you by GBU Life.